Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. What a week. Finally, we have seen the breakdown towards the end of the week. We've been waiting for this on this channel, a deeper wave 4. Finally, we're getting it. Yeah. A lot of people who were sort of scared not to get another entry point. Here you have one, possibly, yeah, or shortly. I mean, when you start buying, that's eventually up to you. I often get the question, when is it good to buy? I cannot answer that question because in the end, it depends on you. It depends on your portfolio. It depends on your past trading decisions. It depends on your budget. It depends on your risk management, risk appetite, and so on. There is no answer for it. When it's best to buy. There are still people who are going to buy at 40k Bitcoin. Yeah. So there is not really the best buying point. What I generally find a good buying point is a pullback into these support areas. And of course, if they hold, yeah, and then it's of course up to you. Do you just go in, spot market, long-term buys? I find it currently in this situation here very attractive to make long-term buys, maybe even without a stop loss, just spot market when we head into these support areas. Short-term trading positions should always be secured with a stop loss in my view, but if you have just a spot market position, limited risk, maybe even a small position, you need to decide that, but I don't always use a stop loss. I sometimes set myself an alert so I can check it manually, when we get into certain ranges where it's getting dangerous, because sometimes you can just decide, well, I let it run because if sometimes a pattern morphs into a different pattern, but this is not for everybody. This is sort of how I handle it. But hey, where are we? I think we have made the 3 waves up here into the high. On the high was on the 1st of February, Wednesday, around 24,250. That was where we peaked here in the 3rd wave, and we're now coming down in the 4th. Now I had a question by someone. Did I consider that this could already be the end? Yeah. Could the wave 5 have been in here already, and the wave 1? Could this already be a complete 5-wave move? Yes, surely. We talked about that. I can label this all differently. Yeah, I can say the wave 4 ended here, and then we have to just shuffle all of this one step down. This is possible. It's not my preferred scenario though, but eventually the pullback will show. Yeah, if we drop below 20k, which is the 50% Fibonacci retracement of the 3rd wave, then it is quite likely that this is certainly not a wave 4 anymore, and it could move into a wave 2, into a deeper setback. And then we have to assume the 5-wave move was already done. But it doesn't really matter so much. What really matters is, do we then hold a wave 2 support? And I can give you just a rough idea what that would be. I mean, if we say, okay, we had a 5-wave move complete, then it certainly must hold 17,350. This doesn't mean it needs to go to that level, but that is the level below which basically a 3rd wave that will take us beyond 30k and maybe beyond 40k will be unlikely. So what needs to happen to confirm that the bear market low has been struck already? We need to see 5 waves up. We need to see 3 waves down. It needs to hold that. And if it holds that, it will be a great entry point, also long term, maybe even with leverage and so on, to trade the 3rd wave into the 30-40k area, maybe even into a new bull run. So that's sort of where we're looking for. I mean, yes, different interpretations are possible. Nothing wrong with it. Yeah, it doesn't really invalidate any rules. That's a possible count. But I did mention it to you before that it's more based on experience, not so much based on the pure application of the simple application of Elliott Wave rules, that I didn't want to count this as the main 3-4, because this was again a very shallow wave 4. It was just a very shallow wave 4, and I don't like shallow wave 4s, especially not after such a rally. So I did purely count it as an extension of the green 3rd wave. Again, there are different interpretations. There is not really a right or wrong. The market will show us. But it's sometimes just a matter of, also experience of what do you go with. And my view at the moment is that this is 4th wave, But of course, if support breaks, I will have to change my view and have to say, okay, we're probably in a wave 2. And if the wave 2 support breaks as well, then we're going to continue with a bear market. The point is not that I tell you we are going to hold wave 4 support. It's more about we are watching if wave 4 support holds. And if we get into the wave 4 support area, and if we count 5 waves down in a C wave or 4 there, and we see a possible first signal that things are reversing, then it could be a good time to scale in or to buy a 5th wave somewhere down here. The question is always, different approaches. Do you just scale in and set a stop loss below the box, or do you wait for a reversal? That's entirely up to you again. Yeah, some people prefer to wait for a reversal signal in here before they buy, which is absolutely reasonable. Then you have better chances of the trade working out, but not everybody is sitting in front of the screen all day. So some people just buy, set their limit orders here. The thing is, some people just want to see the reversal signal first. And again, it will increase the chance of success, because when you cross the road, you also, even though there are rules, or guidelines that people, if you have the if you're at the a zebra crossing, you don't just walk, you typically watch left and right. You want to be sure that the risk is low. So also some people tend to prefer to reduce the risk by waiting for a trend reversal first before they scale in. Again, there is not really the holy grail, there is not really the one fits all solution here. But hey, this will be a possible reversal area, and I think we get it. I think we get there. Now, if we now zoom in, we're at a key make or break point here at the moment. Oh, no, not really make or break point. Don't want to make it more dramatic then. So it's all sort of worked out. We had the wave 1 down in yellow here. We had the wave. So overall, since this wave 3 topped, we came down in an A wave, moved up in a B wave. We're now coming down in C. Now, this could become a WXY pattern, it depends on what do we see down here. So it could be a W, X, and then in the Y wave, we need to have 3 waves. So this could form an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave eventually. It depends on how many waves do we eventually see, but the point is, as soon as we see a first reasonable correction pattern finished, so here the A, B, C, we can watch for this reversal. And if it eventually becomes a WXY, you know what? You set your stop loss below here, and in the end you get stopped. If you get stopped out, you get stopped out. But if you don't get stopped out because it will move up from here, then you can make an amazing profit. If you get stopped out, you lose a little. And that's the point of Elliott Wave method. If you apply it correctly, you can't lose a lot. If you lose a lot, it's human error. It might be a problem in the wave count, but even then, if you set your stop loss correctly, then you can't lose a lot of money. Not with the Elliott Wave method. Not if you apply it correctly and if you trade accordingly and keep your risk low. So I'm watching now. First of all, we're watching for an ABC. If it fails to create an impulse afterwards, we have to go with a WXY. Okay, so if this is a C wave down, we're looking at 5 waves down, highlighted here first of all in white, 1 down, wave 2 up, then a wave 3 down, in which we still might be, then a wave 4 up and a 5 down. So we might still be in this 3rd wave in white. We have in the previous video talked about the yellow count here. We I don't want to say predict, but we sort of forecasted the target for the 4th wave correctly today with a channeling technique. So that worked spot on. I've taken the channel out now because it's become irrelevant. But I think we can draw a new channel now to find where the wave 4 will most likely end. But first of all, let's look at this wave 5 in yellow down there. It seems like this is still ongoing. I'm thinking we might be getting here currently. So I see the wave 4 as a triangle, and it seems like the wave 5, it might actually hit our target. That would be absolutely amazing. It would be absolutely amazing. So in terms of target, we measured the length of the 3rd wave. We went to the high of the 4th, depending on where we actually have it, right? Plus minus a little bit, few dollars, right? But let's say broadly here, around 21,400, this 5th wave should ideally end, the 38.2 FIB extension. The 21,090 level, I find it a little bit too far away actually, but it's possible, yeah. But if this unfolds as an ending diagonal now in the wave 5, yeah, I think it could really perfectly reach that 21,400, between 21,400 and 21,425, depending on where I set the end of the wave 4. That would be amazing, and then a breakout of the wedge to the upside would indicate wave 4 in white has started. Now, don't get me wrong, it could already be finished, but ideally I want to see one more low. Could get one more low. But if anybody wants to go long here, by all means, it's up to you, but don't necessarily wait for the last low. I think we should get one more, though. I think we should get one more. Now, what is even more important, how high will the wave 4 most likely go? So what we often see is the wave 4 goes back to the similar region of the previous wave 4 of the lower degree. So we're talking about 21,900 roundabout, yeah. But there is one more way of measuring it. This is the guideline. It doesn't need to go exactly there. It can go a little bit higher. We can use the channel technique again, okay? So what we can do is, can we use it? Can we use it? Can we use it? So we can make an attempt here. We take that wave 2, connect it to that one, and then we go with parallel line, and let's see if in this, let me see. I'm actually thinking we should be somewhere down there with that third wave. That might be the more accurate way of doing it. Let's see if we get to something useful here. Yeah, okay, so maybe. I'll keep that on the chart like that, because what we can do, we have the wave 1 up here. I have to connect the wave 1 and the possible end of the third wave. Now we don't have a confirmed low yet for the third wave, but then I draw a parallel channel, add it to the high of the wave 2, and this might give us a clue about where wave 4 ends, but we'll see. I'm not too convinced about this particular channel. Maybe I'll take it out for now, because we don't have a confirmed low for the wave 3 yet. What is more relevant in the short term is probably this wedge pattern, this descending wedge. But yeah, that's sort of what I'm looking for at the moment for BTC. You can also use the fib levels for the end of the fourth wave, but we need to see, because we don't have a confirmed low for the third yet. So I can't really give you a clue here, but what I can tell you is that sort of the area where it should end, previous wave 4, is sort of exactly here between the 23.6 and a 38.2 fib level, ideal target ranges for a fourth. But I don't think, I think this decline is going to carry on throughout the weekend. And it wouldn't be a Saturday without a wave 4, right? So there you go. This will be an interesting Saturday. No, it won't. Boring wave 4 Saturday. Okay, let's see. So I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, please check out the channel membership. Also make sure you follow us on Instagram and Twitter, by the way. And if you're interested, check out our trading course on morecryptoonline.com. Also now with a few Elliott Wave chapters. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.